Hey, it's Trisha. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing the Doctor Who book tag. This tag is a little bit older. It was created by Sam from Sam's Nonsense and Sabrina from Sabrina the Teenage Reader. So for those of you who do not know, Tell Her a Story, my channel name, is actually pulled from a quote from Doctor Who. It is one of my favorite episodes. It's Angels Take Manhattan. So good, so sad, but I love Doctor Who, so I'm super excited that I was able to find this tag, and I'm so excited, and I'm just going to get right on into it. Question number 1 is The First Doctor. What is your favorite first book in a series? For this one, I'm going to go with Red Rising by Pierce Brown. This one is one of my favorite first books in a series of all time. I really love this one because I don't really read a lot of sci-fi. I do some light sci-fi, but I was absolutely blown away by this book, and I'm so glad that I picked it up. Number 2, The Second Doctor. What is your favorite sequel? For this one of my favorite sequels is Rebel Angels by Libba Bray. This is the second book in the Gemma Doyle trilogy. The Gemma Doyle trilogy starts off with A Great and Terrible Beauty, is followed up by Rebel Angels, and the third book is The Sweet Far Thing. And it follows Gemma in 1895, and she wants nothing more than to be the proper British young lady, but she lives in India with her family, and when she finally gets the opportunity to go to the boarding school that her mom had gone to when she was her age, she realizes that she has these strange visions and can cross over into some sort of other magical dimension. And I loved this as a sequel because it did a really great job of developing the characters and developing the overarching plot for this series in a really fantastic way. If you have not read the Gemma Doyle trilogy and you like historical fantasy, I highly recommend it. Number 3, The Third Doctor, your favorite trilogy. One of my favorite trilogies is the Modern Fairy Tales Chronicles series. I'm not exactly sure how they've dubbed that at the end. It's a trilogy by Holly Black. It is Tithe, Valiant, and Ironside, and this is one of the first series that I ever read featuring kind of dark fae, and I absolutely love this. Number 4, The Fourth Doctor, a book with a colorful cover. So this is one that I seem to default to for colorful covers or, you know, really vibrant covers, and that's Radio Free Albemuth by Philip K. Dick. This is one that I have not read yet. It is one that I'm going to get to this year, but the sole purpose of me buying this was because of how pretty it is. So I am super excited to get to this one later this year. Number 5, The Fifth Doctor, a book featuring sports. For this one, I am going with Beyonders, A World Without Heroes by Brandon Mull. This is one that sports is not a major component. However, the main character, Jason, he does play baseball. Number 6, The Sixth Doctor, a book featuring a dark and powerful villain. For this one, I am going with The Hearts We Sold by Emily Lloyd Jones. This is one that features demons and a dark sort of creature in addition to the demons. So this is about a world where people can make deals with demons in order to get a wish, but what they have to trade in order to get their wish is a body part. And so you can trade away like your hand or your foot or your leg, and the demon will then grant your wish. And it features our main character who is struggling with a bad home life, and she is about ready to lose her scholarship for school. So she wants to trade to have a demon give her the money so that she doesn't have to leave her boarding school, but he doesn't want to trade her for a body part. He wants to trade her for her heart on loan for a year, and then after that she will get it back. But in that year, she has to do his bidding. So quite dark all the way through this one. This one did have an ending that I didn't see coming, and I very much enjoyed it. Number 7, The Seventh Doctor, your favorite dark or adult book. So one of my absolute favorite dark books is actually Titus Andronicus by Shakespeare. This one is super, super dark. Titus and Andronicus is about Titus, who is a nobleman in Rome and a general in the Roman army, and after coming back from war with the Goths, he has captured Timora and her sons and has brought them back as prisoners of war, and she has promised to get revenge on him and his family, and it is literally a bloodbath from beginning to end. It is very dark. There is actually a movie that stars Anthony Hopkins. It was directed by Julie Taymor. It's called Titus. It is also very, very well done, but again, very dark. Number 8, The Eighth Doctor. Your favorite romance or romantic book? And for me, it is definitely Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. It is one of my absolute favorites. I reread it every year, and actually I just finished it recently for the In Love-a-thon in February. Question 8.5, The War Doctor. A book that you read but you wish you could forget. And for this one, I am definitely going to go with After by Anna Todd. That book was trash. So yeah, definitely want to burn out those almost 600 pages in my brain. Number 9, The Ninth Doctor. A book that made you pick up a series or a genre again. For this one, I'm going to go with The Lair of Dreams by Libba Bray. I had originally read The Diviners. This is book 2 in this series. I read The Diviners when it was originally released, and I loved historical fantasy, historical paranormal, and I had been searching and searching and searching for years for something similar to the Gemma Doyle trilogy and couldn't find anything. And then finally, when this book had been released, I had kind of given up hope on finding something. So when this one came around, I ended up rereading the series from the first book, The Diviners, to then do this one, and it has rekindled my love for historical fantasy. Number 10, The Tenth Doctor. Your favorite super hyped book. For this one, I'm going to have to go with Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. It is a book that I read back in January, and I've been working my way through the series, and I was not expecting to like this as much as I did, and everyone that I've heard talk about this absolutely loves it, and some of my favorite booktubers absolutely love this, so I was going into it a little bit hesitantly because Leigh Bardugo as an author is incredibly hyped up on BookTube, and when I picked this up, I could not put it down. I read it through in almost one complete sitting, and I ended up giving it 5 out of 5 stars, and I am from now on going to pick up anything that Leigh Bardugo writes. Number 11, The 11th Doctor. Your favorite children's or middle grade book. And for this one, I'm going to go with Holes, and I am not remembering the author right off the top of my head, but I absolutely love that book. I thought it was really amusing, and I read it back at a time when I didn't like reading, and so for me to like it enough to reread it several times over is saying a whole lot. Number 12, The 12th Doctor. Your most anticipated new release. And for this one, I'm going to go with Leah on the Offbeat by Becky Albertalli. This is one where I just read Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda in February for the In Love-a-thon, and I very, very much enjoyed it. Leah was not necessarily one of my favorite characters, but I am very excited to read Leah on the Offbeat, to get back in with these characters and see how their lives have changed, and so that I can learn a little bit more about Leah, because she wasn't one of my favorite characters, and I want to explore her a little bit more as well. And so for this tag, because it is several years older, there is no 13th question for the 13th Doctor, so number 12 is where it ends. All right, you guys, so that is the end of the Doctor Who book tag. Let me know in the comments down below if you read any of the books that I mentioned in this video, probably because a lot of them are pretty popular on BookTube at this point, but also let me know who is your favorite Doctor for the series. David Tennant is my favorite, and I also love Donna Noble as a companion. She is my absolute favorite, and I thought that they made a fantastic team. And now is a perfect time, if you have not already done so, be sure to click that subscribe button down below so you can see more content from me in the future. And if you are so interested in finding me elsewhere on the interwebs, I have all of my social media links down in the description box below, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye!